I felt like going on a date, so let's have a little coffee chat in the rain, in my car. I'm sorry that you can't have any of this, but it's with you in spirit. I love coffee so much. Like, there are no words to describe how comforting a literal beverage can be. Like, it's so, especially, like, it was gloomy out and it was, like, going to rain, and I was just like, I have to go get coffee. I have to do it. Like, I don't have a choice. Lately, I've been thinking about the way that the more things I do, the more I question the meaning of the things that I'm doing. I like to think that a lot of the things I do in life are driven by some sort of underlying passion or purpose or have meaning, but I don't know if it's just the result of like studying social order for the past 4 years of my life, but it's really hard to ignore the fact that everything is inherently meaningless. Like, everything is inherently meaningless, and the only reason that anything has meaning ever is because we assign it. We give meaning to everything that's ever meant anything ever. And sometimes it's hard not to be affected by that. Like, when I realize that every new thing that I'm doing is just as meaningless as the last meaningless thing that I did, it's hard to figure out why exactly I'm doing anything at all. I guess it's just like, life is this big thing, and there's all of these potential choices I could make and all of these potential paths that I could walk down, and whatever sounds most appealing to me at the moment is what I'm gonna do, but none of them is necessarily any better than the other. And at the end of it all anyway, I'm just gonna cease to exist. I don't know what it is about existentialism, but I feel like I was born inherently like seeing the world this way sometimes. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. Like, it doesn't have to be bad or depressing or bleak, you know? Like, if it is true that things only have meaning because we give them meaning, then it's up to us to decide what these things mean and how much they mean, and what that says about who we are and what we do and our purposes in life. Like, I've been thinking a lot about my relationship with perfectionism and my desire to like overachieve and constantly prove myself because I have like crippling imposter syndrome, and I feel like I am actually not qualified for anything, and that one day people are gonna realize like, what the fuck are you doing here? And I'm just gonna be discovered, and it's like, oh, well, you're doomed, right? Like, I struggle so much with imposter syndrome, and I realize that there is no amount of achieving, like, there are no amount of degrees, there are no amount of job positions, of experiences that will probably ever change that for me, right? Because it's internal, it's not necessarily external. And I just constantly feel like I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. Like, I have no idea what I'm doing. So on one hand, I see this as a problem of mine, right? Like, I am struggling with imposter syndrome. I am internalizing all of these thoughts and feelings about my worth and my skills and how other people perceive me. But on the other hand, not only do I not know what I'm doing, but no one knows what they're doing. Literally nobody knows what the hell they're doing. And we're all just pretending that we know what we're doing. And the only reason it seems like we all know what we're doing is because we all collectively agreed that we do, and that it all makes sense, and that there is value and significance and meaning behind all of these things that we're running around doing, but the truth is none of us know what we're doing, and we're all just pretending that we do, and like there is an unspoken agreement that everything makes sense and everything is just the way that it should be. And no one like questions it, and everyone just acts normal all the time, and it doesn't feel normal. Nothing feels normal, and nothing about like existing in the professional world feels normal. Like, not only do I feel like I'm being someone I'm not because I'm autistic, and literally any person that I interact with, I have to be someone that I'm not to make my life easier, which ultimately makes my life harder because it's bad for my mental health. But, you know, say for example, a job interview. Yes, I have to put on a professional face, but I also have to put on a normal face. I have to deliberately manipulate everything about myself to be something that I'm not. So it's like a double whammy. And nothing about it feels natural. I feel so detached from myself when I am existing in society, making my contributions. I feel like a robot. I feel like an alien. I feel like I see things that for some reason everyone else isn't seeing, or maybe they're seeing them and they're just really good at hiding it and pretending that everything is just normal and natural, but it doesn't feel normal and it doesn't feel natural. I think about the fact that we are constantly doing things just to do them. Like, do you ever think about survival? Like, we wake up every single day and we eat, or should eat, 3 times a day. And we take a shower and we brush our teeth and we wash our clothes and we clean our house if we have all of these things. And we just do them over and over and over again. But the only reason we do them is so that we can continue to do them. Like, we are constantly engaging in labor to live life so that we can keep living life, because life is labor. Maybe I've been reading too much theory, but I go through these like bouts of like existential crises, and I just cannot like grasp what the fucking point is of anything. And yeah, that's where we come back again full circle, and it's just like there is no point. Like, there is inherently absolutely no point, and there will be a point only if you choose to make one. But that's just too much freedom and too much responsibility, and I sometimes don't know how to accept that, and I don't know what to do with that. Whenever I think about shit like this, I just start thinking about the fact that ignorance sometimes really is bliss. Sometimes I hate my brain, sometimes I love my brain. Well, maybe next time I come back I'll have the secret. I'll let you know what the point of everything is. No, I won't, because there isn't one. Yeah.